In this video, I am going to explain how to write Verilog code for half subtractor in the behavior level of abstraction. I assume that you all know how half subtractor would work and the functionalities of equations like difference and borrow. If not, you please watch tutorial number 7 in which I have explained about half subtractor in detail. So now let's continue with this. Now clearly the output and input declarations are same like other levels of abstraction, that is input AB, output difference and borrow. But one other thing is, in behavioral level of abstraction, it's mandate to declare the output using reg type. So instead of writing two other statements, directly in the braces of module itself you can declare, that is output reg is declared here itself. Now this star indicates that if at all any changes in the input variables, that is AB, then this entire thing will be executed. Now the equations would be same. Instead you can remove assign statement in the data flow and the equations would remain same as in data flow. Difference equal to A XOR B. So the after execution of A XOR B, that will be assigned to D, that is difference, and A bar B will be executed and will be assigned to borrow out. You can also write, instead of this, you can write direct behavior, that is A minus B. You can write that. I prefer to write like this. I will tell you the reason in coming videos. Okay. Now after writing the Verilog code, it's your to synthesize the circuit, you have to write the test bench and verify for the inputs, which I have already done. But let me just check the syntax once again. Okay. Now the test bench would remain same for any level of abstraction. Let me zoom this in. So all these will be by default. By creating Verilog test fixture, you will get all these things. Now here I am just checking all the possible input combinations. Okay, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So here it is 1 0, here it is 0 1, and here it is 1 1. All possible test cases are given as input here. Now many asked me what is the requirement of writing these statements. Okay, I will tell you, if you write these statements, the values of these things can be observed in the console window. If you don't write these two statements also, you can see the waveforms, but you cannot see the entire print of this data in the console window. I will show you that, don't worry. Just let me check the syntax once again and let me simulate the behavior. Okay, now if you look here, you can verify all the possible combinations. If AB is 0 0, difference and borrow is 0 0. If A is 1 and B is 0, difference is 1 and borrow is 0. If it is 0 1, then both are 1 1, difference and borrow. If it is 1 1, then difference is 0 and borrow is 0. So up to 10 nanoseconds it will execute, then it will stop, because we given the statement #10 $finish. Okay. Now if you check the console window, now if you look here, if you check this console window here, let me maximize these things. Okay, if you check here you can see after at 0, my A and B are zeros and my data and borrow is also 0 0. And after 2 nanoseconds, time 2 units, that is 2 nanoseconds, A equal to 1, B equal to 0, the values are changed. In this way, if you write that $monitor statement, then you can check these values directly in the console window. So that is the use of writing those statements. And after that, let us also see the schematic, how the RTL schematic was and all those things. Okay, here let me minimize this. So if you check the RTL schematic here, if you check the RTL schematic like this, so this is same as structural level and data flow level. So this is the RTL schematic of half subtractor using behavior level of abstraction. Let us also check the technology schematic. So that would be in the form of lookup tables, since we are targeting the family of FPGA board. So that's why the implementation technology schematic implementation would be in the form of lookup tables. And input output buffers, because they are called as restoring logics to restore the data. Input output buffers will be directly allocated in the synthesis. So that's all for this video. In the next video, I am going to explain how to write a Verilog code for full subtractor.